Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bregadon.
Keep your wits about
Let's
you.
continue exploring the Cenobium.
That was a problem for you.
Inspect Cogitator's data. A multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator. You realize they are the foundational tenets of the Electro-Priest religion. Standing out among them is the triumph of reason over all other facets of human nature.
I always keep my options open. Let us not dawdle.
These dead heretics are suspiciously different from the others. The symbols on their clothes are drawn wrongly, and standard issue military uniforms show through the blasphemous tatters.
Is there money to be made?
The bodies of careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by an arc of the motive force. A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally, and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clenched claws of stagnation, and the shackles of Iteration Zero, under the Iron Wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the Purity Protocol. The blessed Amarnat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Are you sure he is Armanat? Sorry, Amarnat. I keep saying that wrong. Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued, is the blessed Amarnat's motto. Look around the hall. The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they're all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest, and do not notice you. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality. Where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will persevere, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amarnat a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Through sacrilegious torture, they're trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. The tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot, and yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame can be ignited anew. Ignited anew. I feel like I said that weird. Hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. Ignited anew. We must save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. The mechadendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the Hall of Heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with the emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step toward falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, Rogue Trader? The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coat of arms, even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you, and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do not make me. But what is the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation for the power units from the Lumino Deacon's command throne will direct the motive force created by the blessed reactor into the hull. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving an order to increase it to peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. The safety system protecting the hull is controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee that not a single blasphemer will survive the omniscience wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. You would disgrace yourself by donning these tainted rags. Pascal deadpans. The only unbearable disgrace is that of a duty unfulfilled. The rest is merely spiritual attrition. You do realize this plan sounds like suicide. A sound similar to a laugh escapes Pascal's vox. If this statement is true, then what do you propose? To flee? I've tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it brought my soul no relief. Interesting, there's two heretical options. So I'm guessing the tech priest will die if we don't don the garments. But I am playing dogmatic, so I'm going to stick to that. And also, the Inquisitor and Sister Battle have points that the symbols aren't just symbols. They do hold power in this setting. So you do have to be careful touching or interacting with heresy in any form. I will not allow corruption to touch you. We'll invest ourselves in faith and kill every last traitor to the Golden Throne. Another desperate scream rends the air. So be it. May the Omnissiah protect the blessed Amarnat in the coming battle. Death to the blasphemers. Pascal seems happy regardless. I wonder if we can sneak over here.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Come to chaos!
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without deeds is worthless. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
I won't object to it.
Alright, have her come over here, concentrated fire. See how that goes.
Each strike is a prayer.
Oh, nice. Doing the work for me.
High momentum.
Accept your lot.
I should have buffed her up first.
Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it.
Alright, Revel and Slaughter. Can we do, yeah, run and gun? I'd like to get burning on these guys as well, but I can't position where I want to. So maybe here instead, and I think the stream can hit both of them. Trying to use that talent that we picked up. I'd prefer to go over here, but I'm going to be adjacent to this guy. No AP to use that, though. Let's try this.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Now, so we have a ton of enemies burning. A lot of them will die on their next turn. I also have this. Yeah, this will finish off these two guys and apply burning to this guy. I think that's ideal. Also, mostly secures this flank. We have this guy up here to deal with, though. Oh, and we still have another attack. Well, hot dog.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Faith without deed eradicated. Doubt is for the weak. Strike is a prayer.
Well, she's put in some serious work.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh, just a little too far away.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Who, if not me? Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
There we go.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, was enough to finish him off.
At your beck and call.
Let's do this good, take care of these guys.
Victory is...
I think Endure is too valuable to not use here.
My vow is to serve. Vital functions successfully terminated.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Not too far away to do anything here.
Let's see to it.
So Endure was hold tight.
Guided by faith!
Guided by faith indeed.
Eradicated!
Momentum.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Did I hit him by accident? Oh no, it's just part of the effect. Can I do anything about that? Doesn't look like it. Should have used this before. Oh well.
Eradicated.
Okay.
I always have a backup plan.
In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The Tech Priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of binaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the Tech Priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amarnat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Examine the Tech Priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmatics is charged. Sorry, charred, not charged. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this Tech Priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. The Tech Priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What is the intention? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension. A plan written so that the righteous may follow. And trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Amarnat. Came here because of him, after all. No. The tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself. To redeem myself. To correct a mistake. Possibly. But how do you... There's a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes. Strange, given the circumstances. Condensation. That doesn't pair well with electronics. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition breaks the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. Where the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away, Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguent staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Do you know him, Pascal? The subject has not been identified, and has no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. How did you kill those heretics? What technology did you use? Existence has worn thin and threadbare. As shadows has discontinued the cycle. As shadows. This word does not appear in my catalog, but I am aware of its existence. Perhaps it sounded in the blessed Amarnat's sermons. I must consult my notes. Try to take down the tech priest crucified on the machine. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with sudden clarity, "Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness I heard their prayers. Find them. Save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden." A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binaric code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. Excuse me. I know with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of a schismatical, an unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. What is a schismatical? An ugly mockery of a noble machine spirit created by the warp. Sometimes a few lines of despicable scrap code or a small clump of the motive force falls under the archenemy's influence and degenerates into an abomination of this sort, one whose very existence is an insult to the Omnissiah's wisdom. I mean, I don't... Aw, man. This is one of those situations where I'm conflicting my own morals with that of 40k. I'm going to stick with the dogmatic option here. I can always do iconoclast and heretical later. Grant the Emperor's peace to the tech priest. Let the tainted be eradicated. As mangled as it is, the Tech Priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corruption-tainted existence. But even after that, a repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Pascal's mechadendrite touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neuroaugmetic in its claw, and extracts it from its socket with the utmost care. The skullbone cracks dryly, and brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, Tech Brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the Machine God. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation.
Operation successful.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. Keep your wits about you.
God my strikes true against the heretics who have encroached upon these halls. Let not one villain escape the God Emperor's retribution delivered by our hands. Lumino Deacon's command throne. Distribution Servitor. Your hues are so vivid, Sister Argenta. The hatred that fuels your words and impulses burns like a supernova.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Safety System Control Altar.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, I think it was this that we needed the hymn for, right? So I wonder for this rumor if this is talking about Raikan Majoris. Because we can't land there. As far as we know, nothing's there. Alright, well I'm going to call it here, and next time we'll try to locate the Electro Priests and go from there. Did I happen to... Nope, we're still a ways off. What do we get once we hit rank 2? So the first round of combat, all critical hits scored by the Rogue Trader's party inflict burning. In addition, all fire damage suffered by enemies is increased by +1 for each conviction dogmatic rank. So I'm curious if our companions apply the same effect. If so, it'd be a little redundant. That first effect... The first round of combat, all critical hits scored by the Rogue Trader's party inflict burning. Can't be applied twice. I wonder if the second effect could be. And she also does... I mean, I'm focusing on flamers with her. So she'd be getting the +1 extra damage. +2 if they stack. And he should be dogmatic. I'm not sure why it's not showing it. But he's an Inquisitor. Well, either way, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will recite the first verse of the Galvanic hymn and locate the Electro Priests. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.